the data from several sites, the ancient landscape is roughed out. The archaeologists could now guess the most logical spots ancient builders might have chosen to locate the first Shang capital. To reveal the most promising areas to sink cores, the Dutch auger comes into play. 4 back-breaking hours will get you down 36 feet. On the front lines are tools developed by generations of tomb robbers. Named after a city in Hunan province, the Laoyang spade is little more than a long piece of bamboo with a little iron shovel at the end. In the hands of an expert, it can move downward at a top speed of 18 feet per hour. These workers can literally tell what period of Chinese history they've hit by the color of the soil in hand. But from the start of coring in 1992, the experts find no evidence of a city. The big bonus of coring would be the discovery of a special construction technique used by the Shang and the dynasties that followed them. Foundations and defensive walls were built of pounded earth. Deep in the countryside, this ancient construction technique is still used. Soil is pounded inch by inch, layer after layer, inside a wooden frame. If the walls are rammed up properly, this storage shed could stand up to the elements for decades. A simple measurement device is used to compare the strength of pounded earth with contemporary building materials. One impact is enough to break a fully fired brick. Next up is a sample of Shang pounded earth recovered from the ruins of Anyang. It is at least as strong as modern brick. The discovery of a pounded earth wall in Shangzhou would be a major breakthrough for archaeologists. Early Chinese dynasties used legions of workers and slaves to build pounded earth walls for defense of their cities. But no battlements, no army bristling with chariots could defend the Shang from themselves. Ancient historians tell of the last Shang king, who in the 5th century BC indulged in decadence beyond imagination.
据史书记载, it is written he created a garden where pools were filled with wine and meat was hung from trees. Young men and women were ordered to make love in the garden for his pleasure.
Alcohol and the chemistry of bronze may explain the king's behavior. Shang royalty drank alcoholic beverages from heated bronze vessels. Analysis of the ancient bronze shows a high content of lead. At the cemetery site in Anyang, over 50% of the pottery is identified as drinking vessels used for the consumption of alcohol. Another theory of decline involves sacrificial rites and governmental gridlock. When important members of the royal clan died, ceremonies marking their death continued year after year. Shang kings fell hostage to this endless protocol. Meanwhile, the outside world began to close in on their borders. In the end, the Shang's ceaseless territorial expansion worked against them. Dr. Shang is co-director of the joint project.
The other major reason is that Shang expanded to the east in the later years and fought a lingering war. Many minority groups united and attacked from behind. This defeat was the direct cause of the Shang dynasty's decline.
Even the oracle bones began to chronicle the Shang's descent into oblivion.
There will be calamities. The two Fang barbarians have attacked our eastern borders and have seized 2 settlements. The Gang Fang barbarians have invaded the fields on our western borders.
Around 1,000 years before the birth of Christ, the Shang fell, never to rise again. The last Shang capital of Anyang gave clues to the fall of the dynasty. Finding their first capital could tell us how they began. Year after year, the team returns to Shangzhou, but find virtually no trace of great city Shang or the city that was built over its ruins. According to ancient accounts, this temple near Shangzhou was constructed over a Shang site. Local people still come here to worship their ancestors.
The search for Shang itself is not at all a problem that's agreed upon by China scholars. A lot of scholars think we're looking in the wrong area.
The team hopes that coring beneath the temple might unearth a trace of great city Shang, but they come up with nothing.
In a way, coming back year after year, expending so much labor, expending a lot of money, it really is something of a matter of faith that the area around Shangzhou is the area where we will find great city Shang.
Over the span of 4 years, the team has crisscrossed the countryside, drilling more than 400 cores, but their prayers went unanswered. On May 2nd, 1996, the very last day of the digging season, they tried their luck on a stretch of road not far from the farmer's village. The truck crew, directed by Dr. Jing Zichun from Minnesota University, began to pound a core deep beneath the surface. Within minutes, a core sample was brought up to the surface for examination. When the casing was removed and the core exposed, it was filled with rammed earth. Coring was continued every 75 feet, hitting rammed earth every time. It had to be an ancient city wall, and it lay hidden beneath the very road the team had been traveling over for the past 4 years.